Heyo everybody, and well, welcome to a bit of an odd video, but this video is more going to be explaining the tier list that I made yesterday or some day ago. I don't quite remember. Let's be honest, it's been like multiple days, who knows? It honestly hasn't. But this video is going to be explaining one of the overclocks that a lot of people, and I mean a lot, have actually expressed that they don't believe it's F tier, and this is Bullet Hell. Bullet Hell, people don't believe that this thing should be an F tier, and I'm going to more or less explain my reasoning, because this is honestly, there's a lot going on with this overclock to make it good and to make it bad, and why I don't believe that I should be viewing this overclock as like, hey, you put this on the Leadstorm powered minigun and you view it against base minigun of how good it is. I truly believe that this thing should be viewed against AC, base AC, or Thunderhead. And the reasoning for this is because it's AoE. It is a primary that you have switched to AoE, and I do believe that whenever I look at Big Bertha on the Thunderhead, I should look at it like Leadstorm. I should look at it versus just base Leadstorm and how I see it. So let's go over the basics of this weapon. It reduces your damage. It gives you a 75% chance to ricochet a bullet whenever you hit a glyphid or the ground. It gives you a 75% chance to bounce to another glyphid within 6 meters. It also increases your base spread by 500%, so it's not that accurate. All this is completely fine. My problem with it is that base, if you take the ammo upgrade, which I have been playing with the ammo upgrade and I've been playing without the ammo upgrade, and to be honest, not having the ammo upgrade and taking damage is probably for the better, but you're going to be hurting on ammo a lot because of how quickly this thing eats ammo. Mainly because it doesn't kill things, but that's besides the point. So, if you don't take damage in tier 2, you will be shooting about when fully spun up if you take if you take T2 ammo and T3 or T4 variable chamber pressure, which is damage. You will be doing around 8 damage when fully spun up, and well, let's look at a calculator for this. So when fully spun up and doing all this shit, you'll be doing around 8 damage, and to take out a basic grunt with 8 damage is around 14 bullets. Not hitting face, not hitting armor or anything like that. With if you take damage in T2 and damage in T4, you'll be doing around 10 damage when fully spun up. And to kill a basic grunt with 10 damage will be around 11-ish bullets. Not hitting armor, not hitting the face. And then if you're not taking T4 damage with any of this, you'll be dealing 7 and 9 damage respectively, which 7 takes 16 bullets to kill, and 9 takes around, I think, 12 to 13 bullets to kill, somewhere around there. Not hitting armor, not hitting face or anything like that, just straight. And on top of this, you'll still be ricocheting, so, 75% of the time you'll be hitting 2 glyphids for, if you take damage in T2, for around 10-ish damage if you don't hit armor, if you don't hit the face. That's good. That's like, 20 damage a shot, which is good. It's honestly really good. It's like where Thunderhead stands base. 2 glyphids. And plus you have a stun chance, you have stun duration, and you have everything going on that you can just keep firing down the way, and hopefully Cold as the Grave will keep proccing, and you'll be able to keep firing down the way without stopping, which has something over the Thunderhead heavy autocannon, is that you don't need to reload ever if Cold as the Grave keeps proccing. And yeah, that's good. And people keep telling me that you can hit 3 Glyphids with this, with Blow-Through. So the interaction that this thing has with Blow-Through is that if you hit the frontmost Glyphid with the shot, and it's the first Glyphid that you hit, it rolls a chance to ricochet, which is 75%. If it doesn't, it'll continue through that Glyphid and hit another Glyphid or a wall, and it will then roll the chance again, and it will then ricochet. After the penetration, after the blow-through has happened, it can no longer blow through, and if it is ricocheted, it can no longer blow through or ricochet. So basically, to hit 3 Glyphids, you need to hit the first Glyphid, it'll roll, and it needs to fail this roll, which is a 25% chance to fail. And then it hits another Glyphid behind it, and then it rolls again, which is a 75% chance to hit it. And it'll go off and hit another Glyphid. Now, the chances of this happening have been nerfed. Actually, they have been nerfed because the chance for ricochet has been, it's now 75% chance from 50. Used to, it was a 25% chance to hit 3 Glyphids. And now, it is closer to an 18% chance whenever you fire a bullet, hit, the frontmost, then the second, and then it'll ricochet. That's not a good chance to hit a 3 Glyphids. When you look at Thunderhead heavy autocannon, it can do that on a normal day because it's not a chance. It's just like, hey, is this thing within the AoE? Check, yes. Okay, you hit 3 Glyphids, congratulations. And this thing all comes down to chance. Note, there's a stun chance on there, and then there's also armor on there. So say you're fully revved up, you have this build that I currently have on screen, and you're fully revved up doing 10 damage each, and you are laying into the Glyphids. So say you hit the face of the Glyphid in the front, so you're dealt 20 damage to it, then you hit the armor on the second one, you dealt 8 damage to it because you hit armor, and then it ricochets and you hit another Glyphid through armor and you deal another 8. So you've dealt around, 20 or 36 damage. 36 damage total. Very nice damage. And then you have stun chance and all of that. And then we go to Thunderhead, which this thing is even better. So let's say you have this build right here, and you're not fully spun up. You're just starting out. Now, yes, you could just look at it as base, but who the hell in their right mind is going to run base? They're either going to have high velocity or loaded rounds. Completely fine. We'll look at loaded rounds for now. So, let's just explain the scenario again, is that you fire your bullet, you hit the face of the Glyphid in front, which 18 times 2 is 36 damage. You dealt 36 damage to the frontmost Glyphid, and then you deal 9 to the frontmost Glyphid as well from the AoE that is not reduced by armor in any fact. So you deal 9, and then you hit the 2 other grunts next to it, guaranteed, no chance, no 18% chance. And then you deal, 9 damage to those as well. So you've just dealt another 18 damage, which, note, is already more than hitting through armor and all this. Note, if you hit the face of the Glyphid behind, yes, it is more damage because you've just dealt 40 points of damage to 2 things. But hitting the face of a Glyphid behind it is behind another Glyphid is a different story altogether. Though you have a high chance of doing it because it's literally right behind it, but you're more likely to hit next to the face, hit the body, hit a leg, or hit anything else. You're more likely to do that with a blow through. And to be honest, I'm not a gambling man. I don't like gambling, and I still enjoy bullet hell, but I just think that this right here is a better build, or, even better is this one. Who knows? And then, of course, you'll have your, your ammo, which is 770 versus 1,200. It is a bit less ammo, and, dealing 18 damage, or, you know, 20 damage if you hit 2 glyphids with not armor or face. Dealing 20 damage per shot is quite a bit, whenever you could be, you know, doing 25 damage per shot, ignoring armor and all that. And then, like, autocannon also deals, you know, damage to armor within that AoE, so everybody's armor, and it doesn't even, you know, I think, to be honest, would you rather have Leadstorm powered minigun with bullet hell or base Thunderhead? And you know what? I'm going to, you know what? We're gonna have an answer for this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna play a lot of missions with this specific build on the Thunderhead. No overclock, because why the fuck would I need it? And then this specific build on Leadstorm. We will find out which one I prefer after about, say, 5 solo missions each. So 10 total missions, 5 solo. They're all going to be egg, hopefully 1 to 2 swarm missions, so 4 to 6 eggs each. We'll see which one comes out on top, and which one I would rather have. For the secondary, we'll be running this BRT right here, and we'll be running sticky grenades, and we'll be seeing which one's which. Yes, I will be taking Born Ready on the autocannon, because why the fuck would I not? But we'll see what we're gonna be doing. This is gonna be garbage, isn't it? We're also going to be taking, instead of Iron Will or Field Medic, we'll be taking Dash and Heightened Senses, because that's also useless. So these are the builds I'm going to be using. Oops, hold up. There you go, compact mags. These are the builds that I will be using. Alright. See you soon, I guess. This is gonna be awful. Just getting out of the first mission, and at the current moment, ammo problems is definitely a thing with bullet hell with this setup. I took 4 resupplies in the course of this mission. Of note, there was a full 4 Praetorian and 1 Oppressor wave, and that was hell to deal with, but I believe that AC would also have a hard time dealing with that. I let Bosco, because I had Bosco with me, deal with the Spitballers in the cave below, and Cave Gen wasn't that bad, wasn't that terrible. There was a Betsy, and I took care of her fairly easily. I let Bosco deal with one of her HP bars because she was pissed off somewhere. And in all honesty, this mission may be inconclusive because Betsy was a thing during the entire thing. I will say, before I even started pulling eggs, I did need to take a resupply, and I took 4 resupplies in the course of this mission. We'll see how the next the first AC, the first Thunderhead mission goes. We'll see. First mission for Thunderhead Heavy Autocannon has been done. We had Tritolite, which was honestly the easiest Tritolite of my freaking life, because the bomb thing spawned on top of basically on top of the Tritolite. No real complaints. No real ammo problems either. I started pulling eggs before I took my first resupply, but that was before Tritolite or anything like that. I took 4 resupplies during this mission as well as the last one. Yeah, no, I was very liberal with my shields in this. I definitely threw down shields even though that I had dash up. It's alright. I didn't really have Bosco take care of too much. I did have him take care of some Spitballers, but that's like usual case. Nothing really too bad. There was a lot of Acid Spitters and Web Spitters. There was a lot of, really a lot of Swarmers. There was only like maybe 3 handfuls of waves of Swarmers. Not really too bad. Heyo, in the middle of recording this little section, a hot fix came out. It is someday, but in any case, a hot fix came out. Let's find out. Weapon teasing update for Xbox modding support. No release date. Elites, we've reached a tough decision. Elites will no longer spawn on ordinary missions. They will only be encountered with elite threats. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I don't know. How I feel about the elites not spawning on normal missions anymore kind of is... Honestly, I liked seeing elites on normal missions. Like, now that you just don't see them. So they'll only... Then they talk about maybe later they can, but not right now. Fixed some bugs. Who cares? Changed elites. Turn faster, made armor more durable. Gave attacks impact force, so it now pushes you around. Impulse pushes you around. Has it more evasive. Okay. Yeah. Well, all it is was elite changes, so no actual changes to what I'm doing here. So let me get back to the actual stupid thing. Well, it's been a day, and this is the first mission of the day. It's the, Bullet Hell. It's Bullet Hell. It's mission 2 of Bullet Hell. And in all honesty, it went fine. Yeah, there's still, like, every single, swarm I had to, resupply. I took 4 resupplies. I even took a resupply just for my main weapon because it was flashing a warning at me that it was low, but I was good on my secondary and shields. Grenades were constantly an issue, of course. There was no Betsy. I actually aborted a mission because the first try of this mission because there was a Betsy, so I don't want Betsies in my missions. Namely, there were wardens, and there was a bulk detonator. The bulk detonator, surprisingly, wasn't that big of an issue, but I suspect that on Hazard 5 with 4 people, this is going to struggle. Like, it's going to really struggle, as well as, like, base autocannon. But I guess base autocannon isn't going to struggle as much because I run a freaking clean on that thing, and it's good. But that's the clean, and that's not base autocannon. That's not what we're comparing it to. So all in all, anytime a warden showed up, I kind of had to throw a shield and deal with the warden because Bullet Hell couldn't handle the wave. But that's probably with base autocannon as well. All right, mission 2 of autocannon went smooth. The only notable wave was at the very beginning. The welcoming party was entirely consisted of like 10 or so Tri-Jaws. That was awful, but that dealt with my pistol and not autocannon itself. I almost died, but that was because I stupidly went into a cave that dead-ended, and there was a lot of things. It was dense biozone, so we had the Nido-sites. It went well. No special things on this mission, just kind of whatever. One thing that I will say, I found out what the fuck makes this, like, loud yelling sound. Like, I have no idea what it was until just now whenever I saw it with my own fucking eyes. When you first spawn in, or when you call the drop pod, a big old, like, you know, the drop pod will come down, and apparently it has an AoE kill effect for elevator plants. That's what screams. And dear God, did it terrify me. In any case, that's mission 2 for the autocannon. Alright, so mission 3 with Bullet Hell has been done, but let me... First, Mission 2 with autocannon, I took 2 resupplies during that entire thing. This mission, Mission 3 of Bullet Hell, I think it's Mission 3 anyway, I'm losing track of what the hell I'm doing. I took 3 resupplies. I did take a 4th, but I'm not counting the 4th because, in all honesty, I didn't need to. Because my primary weapon was around 900 ammo, and everything else was full. I just took it because I felt like I needed it, because I didn't know where the extraction pod was going to come, and yeah. So I took 3 resupplies on this mission. Most notably, the waves. There was a wave with 2 wardens, and that was actual agony. It was really agony, because there was a big-ass wave, and I just couldn't deal with the wave. Yeah. Because of these 2 wardens. Well, it's alright. Everything else, Tritolite went surprisingly well, because I got a very good location. If I didn't get a good location, I probably wasn't going to be doing Tritolite. In all honesty, went well. Alright, mission 3 for Thunderhead Heavy Autocannon is done. No real problems. The map gen was mild hell, but no machine events, no anything, and I just, like, led everything back to spawn and just fought it there. I took 2 resupplies this mission. The most notable waves was 5 Praetorian and Oppressor wave, which that's always going to be a problem, no matter what build I do. There was, right after that, there was a 3 Oppressor wave with a Warden in it. Or not 3 Oppressor, 3 Praetorian wave with a Warden in it, and that was hell. Like, eventually I just shot it with the autocannon instead of trying to snipe it with my secondary, and it just died, and everything else went well. That's about it. Nothing really too problematic happened. Alright, mission 4? For Bullet Hell has been complete, and no real complaints. We did have a Tritolite, and I took 4 resupplies, but I only really needed 3 because the extraction, I was worried about my primary ammo count again. Tritolite. We had a Tritolite. It was easy as shit because it spawned above it again. No real complaints. Notable waves. There was a 5 Praetorian wave. And then immediately after, there's a 4 Praetorian wave. No real issues. Yeah, it was easy. I am starting to notice one major problem with Bullet Hell is that ammo issues are abound. I basically have to resupply before every swarm just to make sure I have ammo for the entirety, for my primary. With autocannon, I don't have to do that. I'm much less worried about my ammo with autocannon. Mission 4 with Thunderhead Heavy Autocannon without any overclocks has been complete. And there was no complaints. There was legitimately no complaints. It was a completely fine mission. I didn't die. There was no bad waves. There was 3 Praetorians at once, but that's like usual. Nido sites are a problem with this. When they aren't with Bullet Hell. Nido sites are definitely not a problem with Bullet Hell, but they are with this, probably because it technically has a larger AoE, and you only need like 1 damage or 5 damage to kill a Nido site, and it does that anyway. No issues. I could have left about like 2 minutes earlier if I wasn't searching around for the fossils. That was the secondary objective. Yeah, there was no issues, no complaints. Alright, and mission 5? I think that was mission 5, for Bullet Hell. It has been completed. No complaints. Well, actually, there's complaints. There was 2 Warden waves, and I couldn't kill the Warden quick enough, and then there was a wave that followed that Warden, and I completely ran out of ammo for my Thunderhead, for my Bullet Hell. And yeah, I took 3 resupplies. I could have taken a 4th, but I didn't. And I left with my primary being around 400 ammo, which isn't good. So, yeah, Wardens definitely will take this up a notch and be like, this is the bane of your existence. But of course, that's going to be with any build, any weapon, anything like that. I could have left at 13 minutes, but I spent another 3 minutes searching around for the fossils, and yeah, it was a decent mission. It was fun. It went okay. My only complaint was the Warden waves and ammo problems. Definitely a lot of ammo problems. Before I even, I pulled 2 eggs, and before I even went into the first wave, or the first swarm, I had to resupply because I was just a little bit below half for everything. And I was actually almost out of primary. So, if you will be bringing this into Hazard 5 for people, these problems with this overclock is just going to be exaggerated, because waves are going to be bigger, everything's going to have a lot more resistance to just, the Praetorians are going to be heftier. So, yeah, just be careful about that. And, Mission 5 for Thunderhead Heavy Autocannon has been completed. It was a massive cave. Absolutely everything was there. It was completely open. There was no bad waves, there was no Wardens, there was no, oppressors, there was a lot of acid spitters. No real complaints. I took 2 resupplies during this entire thing. Yeah, no, it was good. About it. So, this brings us to the conclusion of, well, the video. At the beginning I ranted about how Bullet Hell is bad, and I mean, it's still a fun overclock even if I ranted about it being bad. But now I have played with it a lot, more than I would want to, and I played with absolute base heavy autocannon without any overclocks, this build specifically. And in all honesty, it's not that bad. It does lose out on killing power, comparatively to Thunderhead, but it offers some stun chance, it offers ammo problems, and it offers more accuracy than heavy autocannon. Now, it's not that accurate still, but it still does that. It's okay. I'm going to move it up from being F tier to just a side grade when compared to Thunderhead Heavy Autocannon. Now, if I compare it to base Leadstorm with this exact build, I'm going to prefer Leadstorm over Bullet Hell. 100% of the time, I'm just going to prefer it. But that's not a fair comparison because they both do something different. One's for single target damage, and this one branches into the path of AoE. And yeah, that's really about it. If there are other overclocks on my tier list that I have done wrong, or you think I have put it into the wrong place, we can do another video on that specific overclock of what I think about it and why it's there or where it is, a more in-depth look. In any case, you all have a wonderful night.